Good evening, coming into you live, loud and clear. So on this one, the technology is a bit slow, but we're gonna make it happen. This is a rough first draft webinar of the content that we're about to deliver to estate agents. So if you're someone who's got a sales business involved in property or real estate, maybe you flip land, you're a property sourcer or trader, anybody that deals with property stock, this is going to be a valuable webinar for you. I'm about to talk to you about my process that I've used in my property business, which is high quality service accommodation. We source with landlords, vendors, primarily portfolio landlords, and we have built a system to reliably and consistently deliver them to us on a weekly, monthly basis. So if you're somebody that the sound of 100 clients that match your criteria for deals coming into your business in the next month for the new year, January 2024, this is live, then this may be of interest to you. Now, I'm not going to waste any more time. I've got a presentation prepared. There's going to be slides on the screen, but more or less, I will be speaking and interpreting all the information on the screen. So I'm going to jump into it right now. So I've been Abdul Karim. So what we're going to do and talk to today is this is the ACE Estate Agents Sales Secrets. Boost dream clients. Now, that is exactly what I've described to you prior. We're boosting the amount of dream clients coming into our business. And this is really sales secrets because this is the thing that transforms your business. So welcome in the introduction. So if you failed at growing your sales leads rapidly in the past, it's not your fault. I'm not going to say it's not your fault, but you may be missing a piece of the puzzle. It's your responsibility for where you're at and where you want to go to. But next bullet point is if you've been concerned in the past that you can't succeed with marketing services and systems, put those fears to rest. Honestly, marketing can sound like a big, scary word sometimes, but it can be really simple if you deep dive into it the right way. And old school media and advertisers want you to think you can't generate more deals and win more business without them, but it's not true. So this one is, your newspapers, your magazines, your billboards, the old school advertising methods. We're conditioned to think if you don't do anything other than that, it's not going to work. The door knocking, all of those traditional forms of advertising, yeah, they work, but there's new, better ways out there. So look, we're here to show you how to create a property deal generation machine during this webinar. That's essentially what I've got here, ladies and gentlemen. I've invested money and time to create a property deal generation machine. And this works in multiple niches. This is why I say property business. Really, this works best for people who deal with high ticket value. I'm going to preface that by this. This knowledge is going to be most valuable to those who deal with high ticket services. That is each client or customer lifetime value exceeding £10,000. So if you work in rentals, for example, my business, if a client in deal with property is going to make you £1,000 net profit over 12 months, we'd say the net lifetime value of that client is 12K. Now, if these agreements are going to for 2 years, 3 years, they're going to be 24K and 36K respectively. So if we look at the lifetime value of a client, but let's just take the first year, 10K, that is worth it. So this is the game all about how much can you spend to invest in your property deal machine to return you deals that make sense. So this is high level stuff. This is why I say if you're doing sales, luxury sales, you're operating in London, you're selling assets in the £1 million region and up, this makes a lot of sense. If you're doing large development projects where you're making flips, where one deal can be net six figures, profit, net profit, GDV, then this makes sense if you're looking for very specific deals. So look, my goal from this web class is simply, I want to help people who want to generate more profit opportunities and the people who want to communicate more effectively with clients without losing money or wasting time. Now, I think this is essentially what business is. We want to generate opportunities for us to profit and grow. And we want to communicate effectively with those we're dealing with. And all of these systems do exactly that. I'm going to give you some knowledge and insights from what I've done, but I'm also going to show you a lot of what I've actually been doing. So some of these are going to be good general tips for people to take away and go forth with that. And I'm happy for that to be. And some people are going to want to know more and see how they can implement this. Those people stay to the end. So look, the only way for you to generate more profit opportunities and communicate more effectively with clients is through what we've got here called the ACE marketing services and systems. And essentially, the ACE marketing services and systems is digital marketing. So digital marketing is the thing that's going to take your business from here to here. So who is Abdul Qawi Karim? Servant of the most strong. I'm a Bachelor of Science Economics graduate, so 2-1. I'm a property manager, so I manage a portfolio of properties 30 plus in the Canary Wharf and Docklands area. Property acquisitions expert, so my day-to-day and my ongoing business is to continue to acquire properties, and we're directors in that. Portfolio manager, as I said, managing portfolios of properties. And my favorite one, which people sometimes forget or doesn't really usually come up in the mix, is really a digital marketing student and philosopher, because a lot of the business I generate is through digital marketing, directly or indirectly. So these are the things I am. I've gone to university, I've graduated, I'm well educated. I've got some experience as apprenticeships, unpaid and paid, property managing and property acquisitions from one-to-one trading and creating machines and teams and systems. We've acquired properties, and our properties that we've managed have grown into portfolios. And digital marketing is how I love to communicate my messages with my future clients. So look, my story. So if I was to tell my story and how it relates to what we're doing today, I'd have to go deep. So the way I got into property was because, as I said, I was going to university. I was going to study economics. That was my plan. So when I was studying my A-levels, I was studying maths, further maths, economics, and physics. That's what I was studying with my A-levels, maths, further maths, economics, and physics. Now, I had plans to go to the top universities, and the top universities, most of them look to be in London. Oxford and Cambridge were there, but particularly for economics, it wasn't anything special. Of course, I did apply for Cambridge as well. And my first application was Cambridge, London School of Economics, University College London, Birmingham, and Warwick. So first off the bat, I got my offer from Birmingham. Second up, I got rejected from Warwick. Very peculiar. A lot of the people in my year, 80-90% of them got rejected from Warwick, but our following year got a lot of Warwick offers. Strange. Then I got my offer from UCL and I got my offer from LSE. Obviously, once I got my offer from UCL during the Cambridge process, I decided to focus more time on my A-levels than the interview process. So I didn't get Cambridge offer. And then so my final offers were LSE, UCL, and Birmingham. So of course I firmed LSE, and that was an offer for A-star, AA, plus an A because I was doing further maths as well. So I needed an A-star in maths, I needed an A in economics, I needed an A in physics, and I needed an A in additional further maths. And this was my target grade. My target grades were 2 A-stars. And then my mistake somewhat was my insurance offer UCL was also A-star AA, just not that additional A in further maths. So cut a long story short, it comes to results day, and I've got A, B, A. So I've got an A in maths because I had to take one exam to get an A-star, just one exam, and I was one UMS, 1 mark off the A-star. So my answer was A off an A-star. I was a B in economics, which was a shocker because I should have got an A-star. That was a shocker. That was bad. I did, spoiler alert, retake it and get the A-star. But That I got a B the first time. And then physics, I got an A. I was very proud of that, but I couldn't celebrate because I didn't get to where I wanted to go. And in the third maths, I got an A. So I was B, I should have got an A star, and A, I should have got an A star. But B, I should have got an A. So I was 2 grades off in each one. My economics was a B, it should have been an A. My maths was an A, it should have been an A star. So I was that student. My devastation was getting B's instead of A's and getting A's instead of A stars. So I actually didn't go to university that year. I didn't get into LSE. I didn't get into UCL. I remarked the papers. So although these grades were, I think, fair to say, above average, that's A, with an additional A. But I didn't go to university that year. Now, I don't want to put this lightly when I say this was the most depressed I'd ever been in my young life. I was about 19, sorry, 18, 17, 18, because this was 2017. This was 2017, August. So I was 18. I was a young child, teenager at this point. Never really had any major disappointments or, I'd always done well enough, but not getting into university as an African child, as a generation of a first generation immigrant, man, it was tough. It was tough. I was depressed. I'm going to be so honest. That was one of the first times I experienced what people call depression. And I understood. I didn't really want to be there. And the reason I didn't, because I felt like a failure. And the idea of failing, and I felt like I was never going to get the opportunity to be successful again. I thought, I've messed up uni, I've messed up, I'll never be rich. I've condemned myself to failure, poverty. Those are the thoughts I had in my young mind at 18. But what did help me get out of this mood is somebody recommended a community that I should apply to be a part of. It was called Rare Recruitment. So sort of like a recruitment, but it wasn't for work. It was for students who had exceptional A levels or done well in their A levels or their schooling education, and were looking to like get into the role of banking and finance. So it's called Rare Recruitment. It was predominantly to sponsor Black and ethnic minorities. And I didn't, pardon me, I didn't say an interview. I had a conversation with the lady there, and my mood was definitely, I hadn't left the house since the whole upset since then. This was the first time leaving the house. So speaking to the lady, and I told her my situation, very depressed, very and she said they literally help loads of students to redo their exams and get into even Oxford and Cambridge next year. So like, if they can get Oxford and Cambridge, I can get another offer. So, had me increase my spirits a little bit. I got that knowledge that, I could get another offer. Like, I wasn't in a pit of despair anymore. So anyway, long story short, I took my gap year. I studied through my exams. And the key thing of how I got into property was while I was on my gap year, because I only had to take like 2 exams. It was 1 exam for maths and 3 papers for economics. Because I just needed 2 grades. I had so much time. So this is where, at the same time, my mother, my mentor, my love, I appreciate my mother so much. She's getting into property business, investing. She'd been a landlord for a while, but she was investing into a business. So happened to the same time when I was getting onto my gap year. She was starting around 2016. I've gone on my gap year around 2017, 2018. So now the business is beginning to pick up momentum. So in my spare time, I'm assisting my efforts and time with my mother. We're checking in guests. We're setting up apartments. We're cleaning places. We're sourcing new deals. We're really going through the strides of a property business. So as I said, this community that I joined, this community was to help people get into banking and finance. So getting into banking and finance was what I thought would help me get to success. But essentially, upon working on this gap year, I realized, wow, there's actually money to be made in property. So fast forward now, I graduated. This long backstory. I graduated in economics. And after doing so many interviews, so many assessment centers, I didn't manage to gain the interview, the summer schools or any placements. I was actually going to go on a summer school to Singapore, but the year of COVID came. That was very sad, but we won't dwell on that too much. Anyway, I decided I'm going to go full-time into property, continue to work in tandem with my mother, who we've got a great relationship. And I've become a full-time property deal acquisition. I'm acquiring deals, and we primarily deal in rent to rent, which is kind of the taboo of the property market, where lettings agents, some of them hate some of the people that operate this because there's some cowboys in this industry, but we've been doing this for a long time. As I said, since 2016, we're very professional, and we built our own department. Now, what I'm offering to the people here today is my story of how I went from basically coming into this business blind to figuring out how to predictably and consistently grow the leads and the deals brought to the business for us to excel. And this is deals to take on for ourselves. This is deals to pass on to investors. So this is basically a property deal sourcing generation machine. So look, as I said, in this kind of backstory, getting into this rent-to-rent business model, finding rent-to-rent deals for yourself, for your investors, for your mentors, you're approaching lettings agent is usually our first step. And letting agent, some of them don't want to work with rent-to-rent, some of them have never, and maybe they're open to it. Some have done before and they've had bad experiences, and some have and they've got good experiences. So speaking with a lot of letting agents did generate some deals, but there was always kind of a pushback because you're not direct to the clientele that you want to get to. Ultimately, you want to get to the property. The letting agent is before the landlord, and then the landlord is before the property. So that's two hurdles before you can get into the property to operate the business, because that's what we do. So we're not usually getting instructions like agents, but this is what we're kind of doing. So anyway, after all this frustration of not being able to get these deals, having to basically kiss up to agents, I thought, no, I want to get direct to the source. I know I've got a good offer. We've got a good offer in the market. We do hands-off management. We do no fees. We do no commission. Our strategy's got special tax rules, as the HMRC quotes it, and we've got connections to help people take advantage of if they operate the business model. We've got good front ends and good back ends. So I know we've got a good offer. I don't know why we're so struggling to get deals. So I created this message, as I'm doing now. I put it out to the world. I let people know what I do. And I created systems for those who were interested to raise their hand and pass through from stranger to information, qualified information, a conversation, an appointment, and an agreed second appointment and figure. And now offline business dealing with agreements signed, money's paid, and relationships started. From stranger to relationship started in business. We've crafted this process over the last 12 to 18 months. We've refined it, we've improved it, we've scaled it, we've put tens of thousands of pounds into this machine. And ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to sit here and tell you it works very well. Now, as I sit to you on this webinar, it's because in the background, this is the last day of the working day, Friday, the 29th of December. It's 8 p.m. You may not have staff in the office right now, but I do have staff members, digital, working on behalf, spreading our message right now. And just before I started this webinar, I got 2 new inquiries coming into the business. And this is what I want people to understand and pay attention for this webinar. I'm going to talk to you about how you can grow your business by attracting these leads. Now, I gave you this backstory to say how I got into property and how I struggled. But essentially, what I didn't have was consistent quality conversations to have with clients I could do business with at the level I was at. And now I do have this flow coming in, and I'm having conversations with people I can do business with today, people I can do business with tomorrow, people I can refer to for people to do business with, and people I can refer to do business with tomorrow as well. So all of these branches, because of the time frame of these conversations I'm having, is breeding multiple profit opportunities. So look, how does this apply to you? After I've just told you my long, sappy story about why I got into property, why does this look? I bit the bullet and kissed some frogs before realizing the most effective market practice, what I'm trying to tell you. I implemented it and benefited from it. I implemented and continue to invest in it. I built a stabilized property deal generation machine. So look, If as an estate agent, your service delivery is quality, this will be like jet fuel to your vehicle. So look, and what I mean by this is if you have a conversation with a lead, an interested and open lead ready to do business with you today, if you can consistently and reliably take that first point of contact into close in a consistent method, you know your numbers, then this is going to be jet fuel. This is going to light the fire on your agency because we're going to be able to consistently deliver you high quality clients for you to do business with back and forth. So look, results, proof of what I'm talking about. So look, I've used this system for education. I've used it for coaching. I've used it for mentoring, as you can see. Not with, and this is with myself in some of these service-based business, and this is with other avatars, other people. This machine works. I can generate consistent leads for myself. And before I brought my services to market, I did it for myself. I did it for myself again. I did it for others, and it brings and yields results. So look, imagine a system that delivers your dream clients on autopilot. Now, this is to say that this is approximately 2022. So, you know, as everything, the cost of everything has gone up. So this is one of my best ever campaigns. And this is in 1 month, 200, and I should say best and worst ever campaigns at the same time. And I'll explain why. 200 at a cost of 15. This is about £3,000 invested into one campaign, not one ad, but one campaign. And this is 200 conversations. And from these 200 conversations, I do remember the numbers. We generated 30 appointments. So that was an average of an appointment every single day. And it was great because this was my first one. It showed, imagine my story. This is why I tell you the backstory. Imagine me struggling to call agents, tens of them say, hey, no's. And then I do a campaign, and in 1 month, I generate 200 direct to landlords who want to speak with me, who are excited and interested, telling me they watched my webinar, then they watched it to the end, and they're very interested and they want to do business. It's a complete transformation. It's a 180 from going out, struggling and striving to win scraps of business, to having people raise their hand, knock at your door, book an appointment because they want to speak to you about your services because they like you so much. It's night and day. So look, what we're going to cover in this webinar, you can track and measure your cost per lead. So I'm going to talk about the numbers of it. See, if you're someone that likes numbers and statistics, you might be geeking out right now. If you're not interested in numbers and statistics, I'm going to tell you how putting money in gets you money out. And look, secret number 2, you can keep everything streamlined and in one place. Now, this is more to do with the system that we're dealing with, that we personally use in ACE, how we communicate. This is if somebody sends me an Instagram message, somebody sends me an email, text, whatever, I've all got it in one place in one app, either on my desktop or my phone. So it makes my business easy. And look, secret number 3 is how to guarantee your next deal. This is how I went from, I needed a property by December the 8th. I started my campaign on December the 2nd. I closed the deal on December the 6th. I needed a property and I started the campaign on December the 2nd, and I got and closed, had the keys in my hand, December 6th. This is how quickly this machine can work sometimes. Now, these are, I wouldn't say unreliable results, because of every day I've ever gone live, there's a 100% viewing, 100% success rate for viewing or appointment within 72 hours. 100% of every day we've gone live. So look, let's start at the beginning. Secret number 1 is you can track and measure your cost per lead. Some people think, some estate agency owners might think, I don't understand how digital marketing services systems will work for me. Okay, so let me tell you a quick story. So this is if you're completely confused to what digital marketing is. So look, I told you this story as well, basically. I used to primarily cold call my method of getting new business. It took time and it worked. Look, I did genuinely know my numbers. Of the letting agents that I'd call for deals, if they had any rental properties available that we could use for company let, that was our pitch. That was my pitch. I'd call 10 agents. 8 was straight up no company let, so not interested, no, or they wouldn't pick up. 1 to 2, maybe 2 to 3 sometimes. It was 2 plus minus 1. maybes or sometimes, or I inquired about a property, the property was gone, but they would work with me, or vice versa. This property is available, they haven't done it, or they have to ask, maybes on the fences. It's not no, it's not yes. And then of 10, usually it was one, and if I was good that day or that week, two, that would be like, yes, this property is available and we're open to working with you. And that doesn't mean that we closed every single deal, but these were from my phone calls to appointments set, essentially. So look, I knew very simply if I wanted more deals, I would do more deals. Sometimes, like I said, I told you I needed a property on December the 8th. I tell my campaign on December the 2nd. Same way I could have done on December the 2nd, I could have dialed uh, for till December the 6th and got a deal. The thing is with dialing is that you're relying on information others have put outside unless you're building your own list, which is one of the benefits of what we're doing here today. So look, I decided to build something that would give me more control of my deal flow. Because as I said, there's, with scaling cold calling, when we're looking at some of the sites I was using, Rightmove, Zoopla, of course, there's not an unlimited amount of ads, and especially the rental market right now, some people look at it as very scarce, very dry right now. Sales, I think they're having a different situation over there. But look, I always believe in abundance. And anyway, I'm telling you, it worked. It worked. And it's a testament against the pessimism of there just isn't anything out there. This is exactly what I was saying. A lot of people have this limited mindset belief where they don't believe there's deals out there. They don't believe there's opportunities right now. Oh, the market's just quiet. What? The £1 billion a year, more than 1 billion pound UK real estate market is quiet. You can't get a pie. You can't get something to eat this week. No, it's because you're not investing in your systems. You're not putting the works in the dialing or the spending or the investment. If you're out generating effort, things will come back to you. Maybe not as a high rate before, but there's never nothing. There's never nothing. There's a deal every day. I've said there's a deal every day. There's a deal to be had every day. When we're getting 100 leads coming into our business every single month, little old us in the whole of the UK, and people are saying there's no deals out there. Come off it, man. Come off it. Look, there's always something out there, and it matters whether it's coming to you and what you're doing to make it happen. There's always going to be a deal out there. Are you going to get it, or is someone else going to get it? Is that the reason you don't have deals? Because somebody else is taking all the deals? No, they're winning the business. So that's why you feel like there's nothing out there. So look, let me give you some more examples. I'm going to say amongst my speeches and my testaments, I'm going to show you the numbers. And we've got numbers and we've got numbers and got numbers because I thought of this time and day of telling this about so much, but I thought it was early. It was early. Let's see some results. Let's make sure this is solid, make sure this standard. And every time we're improving on our numbers and our quality, and our yield is getting better and better. We're very scientific with the way we do things now. So look, I've several campaigns documenting how many hundreds of leads I've acquired over the last couple of years. Observe costs of deals, appointments, and how this increases with scale. So look, this in the bottom right is showing in a 1 month period, 17th of August to 18th, I had 30 landlord consultation calls. Now, if you don't know what landlord consultation call, it's the complete opposite of a cold call. Instead of me cold calling someone who's not expecting to hear from me today, it's somebody who wants to speak to me, taking the time out to book it in my calendar so I can call them and reach out to them at a certain time. It's a game changer. And I average one every single day in that campaign. So you might also be thinking, I don't understand how this is going to make a difference to my business or how it's going to make you more money or give you more opportunities. Look, in addition to everything you're doing right now, imagine if every day or every 2 days, you were getting somebody book a time on your calendar for you to have a sit down conversation. Instead of all the times when there's not much to do or you're thinking of how to do, you've got appointments with people where you're discussing property opportunities for today, property opportunities for next month, and property opportunities sometimes 3 months from now. You start to build a pipeline. Imagine forward thinking and planning and enjoying the fruits of your labor for months ago. I give you examples of landlords that came through my system in February of this year. We closed the deal in December. That's 10 months of lead and client nurturing to keep that business. But for money we spent months ago, we're able to win deals today. So look, that's the power of this. So look, the truth is, you can reliably invest and grow the amount of clients interacting with your business. It's it's a skill. It can be done. And this is what I talk about with the other forms of traditional marketing because I did do this. I did pay for 6 months to have my business in the newspaper. And it was cool to show people, but I don't even think my phone rang from that once. And if it did, I couldn't track it because that's the things with these billboards and these outside things or these bus ads. You can't track it. How do you know if it's effective? Unless people come in and tell you, but how do you know how to scale it and improve it? Which area is working best? You don't because it's archaic. So look, number two is you can keep all your communication streamlined and in one place. Now, I'm going to assume a lot of agents definitely have CRMs, but I'm not sure if their CRMs are directly integrated to have everybody contacts a business, whether they send a call, whether they send a text. I don't know if they have facilities to receive text with clients or WhatsApp with clients. This is 2023. This is fast-paced business. Everybody knows how cutthroat real estate and property can be. They're sending 4 newsletters into a property a day, 4 different agents. So if you're trying to, email or fax your clients and someone else is texting back and forth with them, the first 5 minutes they come into the business and they're setting up appointments, within the first hour speaking to them, they're meeting them that same day and they're shaking hands and closing while you're waiting 2 to 4 working days to send an email. You got to get on the ball. Technology's changed. I'm texting my clients. I'm WhatsApping my clients. I'm sending them links to book, and it's working. It's working. So you might think you're not tech savvy, or this is not tech savvy. This is as easy as using a social media app. As when you can turn business into as easy as social media, then naturally you have more conversations and you do more business. So look, I'm telling you, I used to be old school. I used to have my calls in front of the laptop, have my pen and paper and write everything down, make notes on every single call. And it was kind of helpful at the time. I felt like I retained information, but when it came to storing it and finding it when a person called me out of the blue, it was very difficult. As opposed to integrating my phone, the person calls me, I go to the app, I see, oh, this is what we last spoke about. I see who's calling me. Very easy, very easy. And not to talk about having access to a pipeline, seeing the stages of the pipeline on my phone as well. And after having a conversation and setting an appointment, easily changing it all within mobile devices. So this helps when you're on the move on viewings as well. And if your business does actually have a social media presence and you've got some foot in the game, when someone sends you an Instagram message, when someone sends you an Instagram message in the same place as your text, your emails, so someone makes a random inquiry on Facebook or Instagram, you see that, especially if you're doing a lot of business on Messenger. So look, these are the things we're kind of talking about. If you recognize any of these icons, these are the things that we can take to have one system. I know a lot of 90% of agents are going to have websites, but this is the thing as well with business owners. People have websites, but they don't have funnels. They have websites, but they don't have funnels. So somebody can go onto your website, they can look around, there's nothing to do, and then they just leave. Whereas a funnel, if someone comes to your website, you capture their email address, then they're watching something, they're getting educated, and that prompts them to book calls with you. So we've got all of this. We've got appointment settings, and we've got one of the things that really had a game changer for me in my business, to put more things online, is I could see and set the deal value. So if a deal value was for me was 3,000, I could put deal value 3,000. To see my pipeline, I've got 100,000 of opportunities sitting there because there's 30 leads in there, 33 leads in there. It was really kind of mind opening, helped me want to go get it. So look, some people might still be thinking, I'm not good with technology. I don't know how to do all these text messages, these email follow-ups. Look at this tier on the right. We've got these things set up. So you have your funnel, you have your system where someone comes to your website, they take this action. Once they take this action, we tag them with this. We send them this message. We send them this email. We take all of the manual work, all of the conversations, all of the repeat emails, and we streamline. We take our client down a journey to have the perfect opportunity and outcome for us to have an appointment and see if we can do long-term business. It's as simple as ABC. Literally, once this is set up for you one time, you do this work one time, you work and it's with us one time, then you've got that streamlined service of clients and deals and nurtures. I have people who call me or text me or book appointments because they got a text 30 days ago. There's people set to get text 30 days ago, even when they've forgotten about the ad that they've watched. They see a text 30 days later and they respond and they book a call. That's the thing of it. That's the power of it. When you know that it's going to take 30, 60 days for people to be ready for business, you start sending the messages from day one. So look, how to guarantee your next deal. Now, I feel like a lot of people in business would love to be able to put a set amount of money in and get a set amount of money out. Essentially, a magical ATM machine. You know, you put 2,000 in, you get 5,000 back. You put 5,000 in, you get 7,000 back. It's a magical ATM. How do you do that? You know, how do you guarantee the next 10 people walk through your door? So people say, you know, you don't know. It's just depends on how the market is. It depends on how many door knocks or how many dials you do. Well, we've got a way to consistently and reliably generate the next deal. So look, I know the minimum amount of leads. I know the minimum amount of appointments. I know the minimum amount of offers I need to make to guarantee me a deal. I know the numbers. I know if I'm getting 100 leads, I'm going to go on about 15 viewings, 10 to 15 viewings. From those 10 to 15 viewings, I might want to make 3 to 4 offers. Those 3 to 4 offers, and I'm going to get at least one deal. See the numbers. Now it's just about how many leads you're going to get, how many leads to appointments, how many appointments to offers, how many offers to close. Simple as. And we control the top end. We also control the conversion as well, but that's training. So look, more examples. These are more. This is what I was initially getting when I started. I was having the leads come in. I was dialing and I had staff dialing and using a pre-qualified script to gain the important information from the prospect. So we know if this was basically deal or no deal from the get-go. We've got leads coming in with properties to be business to be done, but it's not particularly in our area. If you've got branches, that's a referral. They've got people in our patch in our area, but they're undergoing a refurb. They've got something with court. It's going to be a couple of months. Okay, down the line. We've got people ready to go in business right now. Vacant. That's what we're doing today. Let's go. That's what we're doing. Some people also might be thinking, you know, I don't know how to calculate the cost per client. I don't do these numbers. I don't know my cost per acquisition. And you don't know how to reliably and consistently do it. Or maximize leads to appointments. You know, that is having reliable systems and scripts and numbers and formulas to calculate all of this. You need to know how much it costs you to acquire clients, so you know how much you can invest into your business to win clients. You need to know how to generate clients and grow through one business. That's essentially saying, how do you the deals, the value of the deals that you've made, how do you generate a client from a marketing effort? Use that client deal value to continue to invest in the machine. If you understand, that was very powerful. So I start a campaign, I generate a client, I close that deal with that client, and I make profit. That is covered the cost of the campaign and finances the campaign to go on. If we can do that, we've literally hit the point of our ATM printing machine. And how we maximize it in leads to appointments. That is by having reliable systems that's automatic text, automatic emails, and calls within a certain period of time with pre-qualified and tried and tested scripts. So look, the truth is, we will teach you the numbers guaranteed as well. You know, from looking at all of the business that I work with, coaching and service providing, you kind of know the numbers of what it costs to get around about deals. So you know how many people you need to speak to, and it all then depends on how well the team or the company or organization closes. So let me ask you a question. Obviously, you might be watching this with me right now, but are you enjoying this? Is this making sense? You know, I hope I'm not just rambling online and nobody's listening or taking in or thinking, what is this guy talking about? I hope you take a moment to enjoy this right now. Because I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about us and what we can offer as well. So look, we've covered how you can track and measure your cost per lead, how you can keep everything streamlined in one place with the communication and the text and email setups, automation, and how you can essentially spend a certain amount of money to have a certain amount of conversations, book a certain amount of appointments, make a certain amount of offers, and win a certain amount of deals. And then we can use that to arbitrage and grow our business. So look, if you want to take this to the next level, then maybe you've been watching this for a while, maybe you know you're interested, you want to have a conversation. There should be a button below where you can book a call to have a conversation to see if this system works with your business, whether you're an estate agent, you're in development, or whatever kind of property business you are. This does make the most sense for people who have that high ticket, I'm saying £10,000 and up, because that way you can reliably invest a nice sum of money to receive a nice return. And if you can handle volume as well, then you're in a great position, because some people can only do a few transactions because they're long, slow, and complex. That's why the ticket is so high. But if you have got high ticket and high volume, maybe that's a lot of luxury sales in a year, then this could be the fuel, the jet fuel to your fire. So look, is it okay if I tell you a little bit about the Ace Agents marketing services and systems, service and consulting package? So this is service. We're going to be implementing and putting things in place for you, as well as consulting with your current operations and what we've learned on our journey, which may benefit you. So look, this is essentially an offer where I'm looking to help people generate more profit opportunities and communicate more effectively with their clients within 14 days. This is without losing money or wasting time. So this is, I'm ready to grow my business. I'm ready to go take that trip. Let's get started. I want to see new clients, new business within 14 to 30 days. So here's what you get. So I'm going to break down the offer for you now. And if at any time this sounds like something you want to have a conversation with, now this isn't something that you can click a button and automatically get signed up. This is, we have to have a call to see who's the best fit for this, because some business models are going to work more effectively than others. And that's just the thing about business and internet marketing as well. Doing the same service with two different business will yield two better results, two different results. So I would rather apply resources and time to the people who 1x input is going to have a 10x output, than somebody who's 1x input is going to have a 2 or 3x output, because I want more scale for both people. So look, in this offer, we work on your behalf and create campaigns. So you could see like the campaigns I was showing, the ads where I showed you 100, 200 leads, 30 appointments. We'll create a campaign like that for you. Look, we'll get campaigns ready for launch and live dates. So for example, I told you I went live on December the 2nd. We'll work together to get a live date, for example, end of January. And then we will build it automatically lead and appointment generation machine. This is the main thing we've got here. We're going to be generating leads and conversations you can be having every day automatically, as well as people booking phone consultations and viewing the appointments. But look, proof, this is what I'm talking about. 200 leads in a month. Now, I do say this was a phenomenal price, and this was the good old days. I'm old enough to say now. Probably everything costs twice as much. So instead of this being 200, let's imagine it to be 100. So hundreds of leads, dozens of appointments, 30 appointments, and I'll show you some of the stuff that I just made especially for this presentation, tens of deals, and this is all from one system. So I'm gonna share a different screen right now and show you some of the things I had ready to go. So this is secret sauce as well, by the way. So if you're just watching this to get information, this is the secret sauce you're looking for. So this are two of my winning ads that you may have seen if you're familiar with my work. This is in the beginning of my advanced rent campaign. I called this one the All In, and I was advertising, pushing a webinar. This got 143 leads, reach almost 100,000 people to 92,156. Impressions 144,985. So this is some people viewing, some people commenting, some people view multiple times. And the cost per lead was £16.60. Now, this one was one of my more recently iconic. This was my Monopoly ad. This is 141 leads, reaching 54,000 people with impressions just under 100,000 at 96,367 at cost per lead at £24. Now, this seems quite higher in comparison, but the growth from this to this was better lead quality. You know, although this was cheaper, this is when I was having inquiries about properties I didn't know what to do with in Aberdeen, up in Scotland. You know, I'm based in London. There's nothing I was going to do with tenanted properties up in Aberdeen, 6-bedroom HMOs. Nothing to do with me. But this, much higher quality, much higher content. Now, I'll also show you my appointments. I'll show you, I was recently looking at my appointments for the year. And bearing in mind, this is December. So this is the slowest time of the year in terms of working days. But of property valuation viewings from the end of November to end of December, that's 15. 15 viewings in December, where 25th, 24th to the 27th, nobody really wants to do anything in December. Still 15. And I felt like we could have definitely pushed that up if this was a normal month. So, you know, 15 a viewing every 2 days from the system. I like the numbers. Now back to the presentation. Now that I've showed some numbers and some proof and some facts. So who this works for? As I said, this works with anybody with a property business who wants to grow. It's coming up to the new year. It may already be the new year when you're watching this. And everybody wants to make a change. Everybody wants to be a new person. If you've got a business and the main thing you want to do and invest in is your business, this is for you. And I've said and I've stressed, this works best with people with high ticket options. If your deal or your client value is going to be 10 to 100K plus, you know, you get a certain piece of land that you can get planning permission on, and that's going to be a 50K uplift. You sell development units and you get a 2% commission, and the block is 10 million. You know, if you're selling luxury houses in the edges of London for 5 million, whatever you do, if you've got high ticket business and you want more clients, you can deal with volume at high ticket, this is going to be the thing that changes your business. So I've said property business, estate agents, development groups, anything to do with property. To be honest, this would work with anything in property, but also because I'm in property, I know where the synergies are and I understand the client and archetypes and the avatars which we're trying to attract and target. So this is why I'm speaking primarily to property businesses. So look, the number reason people don't get started or do this thing I'm talking about is they don't know how to operate paid digital marketing. And it's very confusing. You know, people are selling mentorships out there for £3,000 and £5,000. That's just for you to learn how to implement it for yourself. That's £5,000 just to learn to implement it for yourself, not a service. So here's what you're gonna get, you know, the Ace Marketing Services, 3 months of service. You know, when the 1 month of mentorship is £5,000 and there's 12 months mentorships for £12,000 to understand this stuff. The service of someone delivering it for you at high quality service, 3 months of service easily worth £5,000 a month to be 15,000. So the value at 11,000 is so incredible. So look, you're also going to get these tools of what we're working with together. The Ace Marketing Systems, lead connectors. We've got AI chatbots. We've got WhatsApp integrations. We've got email, SMS dialer systems, notes, tasks, workflow systems, pre-built flows. This is people come into the business. They get sent this text. They get sent this email. You know, watch this. After a couple of days later, if you couldn't get them on the phone, this email, book a call. Okay, we'll send them our compliance. We'll create content for them. We'll educate them. So even when they're ready to do business, us they want to come to. AI chatbot, somebody comes on the website, you get a lot of visitors, but not a lot of leads. We can have conversations to prompt them to speak to us as well. WhatsApp integrations, as I said, we're having conversations on WhatsApp, we're having conversations on text, all the ways to modernize your business so you're easier to communicate. Communicate like a friend, communicate like someone they can trust. So look, with these tools, you'll be able to generate more business and appointments, evergreen. Imagine being able to text back and forth with your clients to book appointments. You see all the lead information on your desktop or mobile, especially the stage they are in the pipeline. And look, you can store all conversations in one place, including the social media messages, SMS messages, and connected email integration. This is not to talk about, you can see about all the call reporting within the business and re-listen to all calls monitored for training and recording processes. So look, with this, you can get rid of, if you're using 4, 5, 6 tools that do different things that build on top of each other, this is your Hail Mary. This is your one thing that connects everything all in one. This is your lead connector. Look, if you use an inconsistent paper trail, if you're a big time developer where you're still just a solo businessman, you just like to do the pen and paper notepad, you can do that and then add the notes on the system as well. So when that person calls you and you haven't got your pen and paper with you, you can check on them. And this is, if you're unorganized, you need information everywhere, this just makes it so easy to see where everything is at. So look, the problem solved is communicating effectively with everyone interested in your business. If someone books an appointment, you see it. If somebody sends you a text, you see it. If somebody calls you and you miss it, you automatically send them a text. So they tell you what they were looking for, so you can call them back. And it works. People do it. Time and money saved. Look, this is going to save you hundreds into the thousands of pounds saved, and abundance of time as well. The back and forth, they fill this, they fill that, using this different platform, you're going to save so much time. Now look, you might be thinking you're going to have to change your whole system or get a tech person. No. If this is going to be something that's difficult or doesn't work well with your system, then we can just send leads straight into your system. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. If you've got a lack or weak communication system or CRM, then this is a benefit for you. If you've got something that works, and we'll just integrate it and send the leads to you, and you can do what you love to do. So if you've got a bad system, we've got a better system for you. If you've got a working system, we can just plug and connect with you. So look, we'll connect for you. Look, we've got lead connectors, we've got AI chatbots, we've got WhatsApp integration, we've got email, SMS, and dialer all inbuilt on mobile and desktop. Notes, task, workflow system, and these pre-built flows are there. When they come in, send them this text. When they come and tell them, send them this email. Give them a 7-day news email blast, tell them about us and why we're different and what we offer to the market, because that is different. So look, the tools, the systems, the AI chatbots, the WhatsApp integration, over a year, this is easily worth about £5,000. I myself spend between £300 to £500 every month on tools, systems, DocuSign, Zoom, all of those softwares. I'm easily spending £300, £500 a month. So I think a fair value for the year is £5,000 for systems. So look, you'll also get exclusive look into our winning ads library. I showed a sneak peek of some of the ads I've got there. You working with us will get an insight into what we're doing that's working and the angles that we're coming, especially being in the property business. So look, thousands of pounds have gone into this ad library, tens of thousands of pounds. You'll see the ads that worked, the ads that we thought would work that didn't, the ads that we were surprised that worked that did. You'll see where we're at and you'll understand the game better. And look, you'll get to understand everything you need to advertise and attract your ideal clients, which is what we all really want to do. Have conversations with our ideal clients. And this is for those, if you don't want to shoot or become a creative director, you don't want to start doing that, that's fine. I love that stuff. I'll take care of all that. We can shoot ads using models. We can work with people in your office who are more extroverted. We can do in-house. We'll do whatever it takes to make it work for your business, to get you your dream client. That's why I'm not worried about giving away so much free information, because your dream client is your dream client. My dream client is my dream client. Each to everybody to have that conversation with themselves. So look, just seeing some of the ads we spent, as you saw, I don't know if you saw a peak of how much we're spending per day on some of these ads, but easily to understand the numbers of these ads and how they work, easily worth £3,000. So one campaign. And look, you're getting the services for 3 months worth £11,000. We're getting all the tools worth £5,000. I'm getting look and working into our ad library and what we're doing at work for £3,000. So look, you're also getting just giving away the farm here. 3-part video series on scaling of paid campaigns. Okay, this is really the source, because what I'm gonna do is all this information I'm giving out and drawing it on about, I'm gonna make it very concise, very actionable, sort of like a course that's of value. And that's something that could easily be sold for £1,000, £1,500. But at the end of the 3 months, you will get to keep the video series on how to run this. So at the end of our destination, if you want to operate this for yourself, we will give you the information and knowledge to prosper. So look, tens of thousands of pounds have gone into paid ads, I'm happy to say, and time and money I've been really invested into. So if I was to sit down and put together a product or service, it would easily be worth £1,000. And this can, as I said, use to train your trainees, your in-house, your apprentices. And if once they get as good as us, we're getting for results for you, then that makes sense to invest in them to learn this stuff. So look, this is if you don't want to learn to do the marketing, but you want to understand the process. That's why we create that course. You might be saying, why would I need to create a course or go for a course? You might want to understand what's happening, so you know how you're relating to your customers, but you might not want to do the work. So easily worth £1,000. So we've got the ACE marketing, 3 months of service. We've got all the tools, the lead connectors, the AI chatbots, the WhatsApp, the look into and joining us on our ads library and working with what we're working with. A 3-part video series that breaks down everything to do with paid campaigns. You're also getting qualifying questions and secret sales scripts. So this depends on where you are. We can give you the stuff that we use to qualify our clients or create content for you to qualify your client based on you telling us who's a client and who's not. And this is important because one of the first things I had with when I employed someone to be running a digital marketing for myself, they generated clients, but they were all the wrong people. I was looking for landlords with properties and portfolios. They kept getting me my phone ringing from tenants who were looking to rent properties. I didn't need that. I didn't want that. Why? Because the leads are not being qualified. They're not pre-qualified. So that and the secret sales scripts that we use to consistently turn first 5 to 10 minute conversations into appointments in calendar. So this is the solution to low lead quality and low appointment show rate, because there's no point setting up appointments if people don't come. So this gets you to close deals because you're speaking to more quality people. Would you rather have 100 conversations in a week and only close 10 deals being a busybody? Or would you rather have 30 conversations in a week where you close 10 deals and then 10 deals are probably in the pipeline for next month? Think about it. So look, you might think people don't want to be asked questions. They don't want to go through all these loopholes. They want to watch these long videos. But you'll be surprised that people do. People are interested and they want to know and they want to listen. They want to take time out and work with people they feel are like-minded. So the scripts and these qualifying questions easily worth £1,000. The difference of having the opposite of your client just leaving inquiries on your website, calling you, is jarring compared to having ideal clients booking appointments in your calendar. So look, you're gonna get 3 months of service for £11,000. All the tools and the gizmos integrated direct to your phone, the lead straight to your phone, £5,000. Look into our winning ads and break down the numbers with you. 3,000, 18,000. 3-part video series with all the content of how to run and operate paid ads, £1,000. With the scripts, the tools, and the templates of what we're saying in our text and our emails, 1,000. Making it 19. So look, obviously, I'm not gonna charge you guys £20,000 just to work with it. Ace, no way. But look, if I did decide everything I'm saying is true and works, as I'm saying is, and it was £20,000, and it did generate your property deal machine, would it be worth it? Now we have to actually look at it. If you fulfill the criteria that I've been talking about, let's say you sell, your average home that you sell is 2 million, 3 million, and you get 2% on each sale. You get 2%. Let's even say you get 1% on a 2 million sale. That's a £20,000 commission. So if I could generate a machine that would get you one more of those sales every month, maybe it wouldn't close that month, you wouldn't get the money this month, but you got one deal every month, 2% commission or 1% commission on 2 million, you get £20,000, and you get one a month for 12 months. Let's even say for one a month for 3 months. So you generate £60,000 and you pay 20K for it, and you can continue to do it. Would it be worth it? For some people, if they don't get 1% on 2 million, it might not be worth it. But this is what I'm talking about. If you've got large ticket and you can deal with high volume, this is for you. Look, if all it did was generate you an extra deal per month, would it be worth it? Like I said, in my business, we might take on a deal that makes 1K net profit per month. We don't get paid all the money up front, but over 12 months, we're going to get 12K. And if we do it for 3-year agreements, which is what we do, that's £36,000. So if I got one a month for 12 months, that's £360,000 of value, lifetime value. If I pay 20K for that to get it started, it's a good deal. It's just about the time of the investment. So if all it did was reliably provide you with your exact dream client, the cost of it, the appointment, and the cost per deal, you knew that it cost me £500 to get an appointment with 3 of my dream clients, and after I spend £3,000, I'm closing at least 2 deals. Imagine if you knew that. How valuable would that be? And if all it did was book your appointments with your dream clients every week, every day you're getting appointments, would it be worth it? So that's, imagine 300 extra appointments over the new year. Would it be worth 20,000? 300 appointments be worth £20,000? For me, if I'll even just close 1% of that, three good deals, would be. So look, I had 2 choices. And this is really important because I myself have a successful property business generating a good income. And if I wanted to provide the service that I'm doing for myself to somebody else, I had to make it valuable. I couldn't make it cheap because then I wouldn't focus and I wouldn't deliver. So what would it be worth to you? If you were to be able to generate more profit opportunities, what would that be worth to you? How about if you could communicate more effectively with actual potential clients? What would that be worth? You're having the conversations that you want to have with the people that you want to do business with. No time wasted. So look, the ACE agents, the marketing servicing system, £20,000 in value. Usually it's £15,000. For 3 months, it's £5,000 a month. Multiple agents told us that's the value and definitely be worth it. That's the regular price. Now look, I'm giving a special discount, and that's just because it's the new year. So if you want to have the chance to speak to see if this would work with your business, and we give you a free consultation, click the link below because I'm giving a special discount just because it's new year. So look, ACE agents, marketing servicing system. You're not going to pay the £20,000 value. You're not going to pay the regular price of £15,000. Because it's the new year, 3 months of service, I'm looking to work with 3 businesses. 9997. 3 months of service. So you're going to get 3 months of service. You're going to get the information to do this and learn this yourself, consultation, and there's going to be a network. I'm going to make sure that everybody, and this is why it's a screening process, of the people I work with, there's no competitors. Everybody has got their own patch with their own strategy, and we can all network and trade secrets and grow and have synergies. So look, this is not something that can just be bought into on the side. Of course, this is high ticket that we're dealing with. So you need to go to www.acemservices.com. That's Alpha, Charlie, Echo, Mike, Sierra, Echo, Romeo, Victor, India, Charlie, Echo, Sierra.com. www.acem for Mike services.com. So go to there, have a look at our site, see what we've got going on, and you'll know it is a funnel. So you can click the book an appointment, and from there, we'll have a conversation and see if this makes sense. And look, you got two choices. You can take all the ramblings and all the information on today and be like, all right, you know what? I'm going to look into that. Hey, I'm going to get my uncle, my niece, my nephew, go learn that, go do that. Great. You can do that. And I hope you do. I hope we all up level our game and change our business futures. But look, we've also got a property pilot guarantee. If the ACE Agents market service system doesn't help you with exactly generating more profit opportunities, and you don't feel it easier to speak with your client, and if you feel like you're wasting money or time, then we'll work for free till you're in profit, or I'll refund your money. So all the money spent on the service and your advertising will work for free until you're in profit with your clients, or we'll refund your money. Because we're so confident that in 90 days, you have the result you want. But in the first 14 days, no quibble, 100% money back guarantee. But once you start this, you wouldn't even be thinking about money back. You'd be thinking about more money in to get more deals. So look, the real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? Now, I wouldn't even call it gambling a few minutes of your time. I would call this an invested into your future of your business. If you're trying to take your business to the next stage in the new year and you haven't integrated this, you haven't implemented this, this is an opportunity. So look, even if it does half what I'm claiming, I've said 100 appointments. What if you get 50 leads, 10 appointments, 5 appointments? What if you only close one deal? What if you only close one deal every 2 months? Would it be worth it? Let's work with the numbers. Let's look at your clients. Let's book a call. Click the link below now to book a call. Look, and if that wasn't enough, amazing enough already. Bonus. We'll create and direct all the content. So whoever we do decide to work with, we'll speak about the culture of the company in the faces, but we can literally we'll pay for all the marketing, all the videography, all the editing, get it done to create the campaign. Hands are free. So this could be a complete laptop transaction. We see your business, see your site, have a conversation with some of the people, and create a campaign that completely speaks to your business and your dream clients. So this is bonus for the first 3 people only. After that, and of course, the marketing, the editing, the videographer would be separate in a marketing budget. For the first 3 people, we'll cover it. So look, you're going to literally save hundreds of pounds and tens of hours going back and forth with editors. You don't know the process of going back, correcting the subtitles, correcting this. It's a nightmare. So I was doing it for you, taking a load off your shoulders. So look, you'll just get the leads and appointments delivered straight to you. You don't have to worry about anything. Once you green light this and say, I want to make this happen, then we'll get to work. We'll connect it to you, provide you with the software, leads, numbers, names, and emails with information straight to you to qualify straight away. So look, you may be worrying about if we shoot ads, it might not be offensive to your brand. But this is what I said. We'll have this call, speak to your staff, and make sure we execute a vision that speaks to your company. So look, we've thrown in so much. 3 months worth of services, all the systems, tools, kits, lead connections, chatbots, WhatsApp integration, exclusive look and breakdown into our Winning Ads library. To look at the past is to understand the future better. And this is how you will learn how we choose and make our better decisions. And campaign after campaign, we've gone from strength to strength. Even if our costs have increased, our quality and yield of client has improved, which is truly what we want. And look, we're going to create a 3-part video series breaking out everything to do with paid campaign. All of this that I've spoken about in this hour or so, which might feel like a long time, pales in comparison to all that can be said and understood about this business model. And this is if you're serious about growing your business. So look, the qualifying questions and secret sales scripts, what I use to pre-qualify and make sure I don't have any conversation with any time wasters before I even know who they are and after they come into the system, and the questions that we ask so we quickly, efficiently don't yip yap on the phone for half an hour. We turn them into efficient 5 to 10 minute information extracting sessions. And look, we'll create and direct all the content. This is for the first 3 people only. First 3 clients we work with, we're going to swallow the marketing budget and invest in it and go above and beyond using our budget to make it work for you. So this is the total value of over £20,000 of what we're delivering. So look, Ace Marketing Services, 3 months of service, the tools, the ads, the course, the questions, the scripts, the marketing budget covered by us, all for, we're looking at 3 months of service for 9,997. So if this is something that you want to learn more about, you want to have a consultation call, what we'll call it is a consultation call. You tell us a bit about your business, what you're working with, the kind of clientele is your avatar. We'll kind of look at the numbers and say, if you invest this, you're going to get this out. And you can look at like, okay, I'm going to invest 10K into the service. I'm going to invest 10K into the ad. After 3 months, I might make 40K. Is it worth it? Let me think about it. That's it. So make that decision, but go to www.acemservices.com. Click the button to book a call. I'll show you that right now what it looks like. I'll show you what it looks like right now. www.acemservices.com. www.acemservices.com. Let me share my screen. www.acemservices.com. So this is the ACE marketing system to rapidly grow your property business. So you need to click is scale your business. We offer you dream client generation, client nurturing systems, customer relationship management. We fire you. This is one of our additional options as well. We'll put an outbound sales rep to qualify the leads as well as the appointments. And this is the thing as well. I've said this is the most important thing. You'll learn to fish as well. We don't just want to deliver the service and leave you handicapped generating a magical deal machine that when we leave, you can't do it. We're going to create the course and information for you to consume it and arm yourself with it as well. And this is really a try of what we want here. I don't just do this because, you know, I want a quick buck or a high ticket program. I want to have a bunch of high level entrepreneurs willing to invest in their business and a community where we can share and grow with each other. So that's what I'm really looking to do, benefit from. So look, stand on the shoulders of giants. Although everybody's doing their own field, I've got multiple mentors, and I think you should always have mentors in education. And these are the things that once a community is built, we can add that to the line. But for now, scale your business is what you want to do. So just to look, the calendar is literally open any day except for Wednesdays and Saturdays. And you can even book into February. So Wednesdays, Saturdays, Sundays off at any time. Literally, pick a time, and then tell us about your business, and then book a call, and then I'll speak to you there. It's free to book a call, and this is for us to look at your deal sources, your property investors, agency business, aspiring entrepreneurs, anything to do with property. We want to help you grow your business. But remember, this works for people who've got a ticket value of more than this. This is a deal closed is worth to you £10,000 or more, and this makes the most sense. So go to www.acemservices.com, click the link below, book a call down, and let's have a conversation and see if this makes sense for you. Thank you so much. I've been Abdul Kareem, and do have a great evening. Thank you for taking the time. I do appreciate it. God bless.